I.
Right. So Jmeter. So we all know what Jmeter is, and we know what Jmeter is used for. So now we are doing performance testing. So Jmeter is used for performance testing, and I shared this slide in the last class. After the last class, I shared this slide, and I'm sure we must have gone through the slide, and we all have the understanding of what Jmeter is and what Jmeter is used for. So today we'll be exploring Jmeter dashboard, and also we'll be performing our first performance test with Jmeter. So typically this is Jmeter UI overview. This is what Jmeter looks like when you launch Jmeter. We have the tax button, we have the what's this button called? We have the folder button, save button, cut button, copy button, paste button, the zoom button, which is plus or minus. Then we have the filter button, we have the play and pause button, we have the stop button, we have the clear button and clear all button. Then we have a screenshot button, we have the clear catch button, and we have the tax button, and also we have the help button. So once you launch Jmeter, this is what you will see. You will see test plan, by default, showed on the screen. And test plan is just like you creating the project you're working for, the project you want to work on. And we can see the countdown second there. How it does count how many seconds or how many minutes it take your test to run, while performing Jmeter. And this box here is where you add your dependency, where if you have an existing JMX file you want to import, you can just easily just browse from here. Then we have the delete button and the clear button. So that is just Jmeter. And next is how to install Jmeter. I know we all have Java installed on our Jmeter, because Jmeter is a full Java dependent application, and it is fully encoded, with Java. And if you don't have Java on your system, Jmeter won't run on your system. So it's quite important, you install Java. And anything from Java 8, is advisable, to use with Jmeter. So how to install Jmeter? How do I do we are guys? The download link, for Jmeter. So not to worry us too much. For us to install Jmeter, or just what you do is just go to Apache. Just go to your browser and type Apache jmeter.org, which you can see on my screen. So you can see jmeter.apache.org. So once you go to jmeterapache.org, as seen on the screen, so it will take you to the Jmeter website. So I'm dropping this URL in the chat section for us to have access to. So to enter the URL, it takes you to Jmeter website. And for us to download Jmeter on this site, we come to download this. So once you click on download release, it takes you to the download folder for Jmeter. So let me just copy this direct URL so you can just click on it direct. So I've just shared it with us. So once you click on the link, it takes you to this download page, for Apache Jmeter. And when you're on this link, remember you're downloading the binary version, not source. So on the binary version, you are downloading the zip file, which is Jmeter 5.1 5.4.1, which is the zip file. So you are downloading this guy here, the second one, which you can see on the screen. So once you click on this zip file, so you are clicking on this guy, Apache Jmeter 5.1.4.1. So once you click on the zip file, your Jmeter starts downloading automatically. But I have a Jmeter already. I'm just gonna stop this on. I'm just gonna pause this download. So once you download, it should be downloaded in your download folder. And another thing you can just do once it's been downloaded in your download folder, you can just copy it out. You can copy the downloaded zip file and paste in your document file or paste on your desktop. So after pasting on you can cut or not even copy, cut it and paste on your document file or desktop. So once you paste it there, so you can unzip. You can unzip the file because it always it comes in a zip file. So you unzip the file. So after unzip the file, then you launch Jmeter, from India. So do we all get that?
Yes.
So I expect everyone to be on the download. Everyone downloading Jmeter right now, the zip file. So let me know once your download is done. So once your download is done, you should see something like this in your download folder after unzipping the file. So after unzipping the file, you should see something like this. So let me go to my Jmeter file. So if I come to my Mac, so you can see this is where I installed. This is where I unzip my Jmeter file. So which is inside my Mac document. So once you unzip the file, and this is what you should see, Apache Jmeter folder. And inside the folder, you have a backup, you have a bin, you have a doc, you have extra, you have LRB folder, you have license certificates file, and you have a licenses folder, we have a notice file, you have a printable doc. But where we have our business is inside the bin folder. So once you unzip the Apache Jmeter folder, open the Apache Jmeter folder, come to bin folder. So once you come to bin folder, so for those of us using Mac, this is so we just have to just double click on this exe file. So you can, another thing you can just do, for those of us using Mac, you can just right click on this exe file and open in terminal, then it launches your Jmeter. But for those of us using Windows, you will see jmeter.sh on yours. So once you see jmeter.sh, you can just double click jmeter.bat you will see on yours. So you can just double click on it and then your Jmeter will launch automatically. So I am using a Mac, so I'm just going to open with terminal. then it's automatically launches my Jmeter, in terminal, which you can see on my screen. So my Jmeter is being launched already. So my Jmeter is just being launched. And remember, this terminal you open or the command prompt you open, works simultaneous. Is a command or is a it opens it is a command prompt, to open Jmeter. So if you by mistake close this guy, your Jmeter will automatically close. So let's be careful, not closing this terminal or command prompt. So this is my Jmeter interface, as you can see on the screen. So have you all launched Jmeter, and we've all been able to download Jmeter?
On which file we should click in bin folder?
Yes, you click on bin folder. For those of us using Windows, you will see so once you enter the bin folder, you will look through all the files in there. You will see a file called jmeter.bat.
Jmeter dot.
Bat.
I don't have this file. I have jmeter.n server and jmeter.t.
What did you say you have?
Jmeter.n, jmeter.server, and jmeter.t.
Okay, let me stop sharing. Let me see what you have, so others can see too as well. So please share your
Okay.
screen, Lucia.
Here, these files.
So go to the bin folder, open the bin folder. Okay, so scroll down. Yeah, hold on. So come to Jmeter. Wait, hold on. Scroll down. Scroll down. Okay, you know what you can do? Just can you run command prompt from this link here? So come to the where you have this PC desktop. No, 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 no. Go back. Yeah. So come up here where you no close your command prompt. So come up here where you have a Apache Jmeter bin, where you have this desktop, CV, QC, Apache Jmeter bin. So double click on that. No, 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 up here, inside your clipboard there, up here. No, the next one.
I'm not. What are you saying?
Your directory file here, up here, your directory file, close to the search bar here, this guy here.
Which one?
Yes, inside there, double click on this file here. Double click on this what's it called? On this panel.
Bin.
Okay, now where should I click now?
Go inside the bin folder. Open the bin folder. Open the bin folder. Yes. So see where you have this PC, desktop, CV, QC, Apache Jmeter bin. So at the end of this arrow here, no, come forward. Drag the your mouse forward, forward after the bin. Drag your mouse forward after the bin. I didn't say you should click. Go inside the bin folder again. Then after that bin, yes, at this top here, after the bin, drag your mouse forward and double click. Drag it forward. I say drag it forward after the bin. Don't click. Don't
I'm not
drag.
getting it.
As in over here, over after the bin file, over here, at this space here, this open space here, close to the drop
Yes.
down arrow.
This one.
Yes, yes. No, 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 don't click on the arrow. In between the arrow and the bin, just stay in the middle. Then double click. Yes, we are typing CMD.
Okay. I have to open command prompt right now.
Type CMD.
Over here.
Clear this and type CMD. Clear it and type CMD. Yes, enter. So do what's this line again? Hold on, let me get the line to launch Jmeter. So can you go to your file explorer? Anybody have difficulty trying to launch Jmeter from the downloaded file, from the zip file?
President.
Or have anybody been able to launch Jmeter? Can anybody see jmeter.bat after unzipping the Jmeter zip file downloaded?
Yes, I was able to launch the meter.
Now, me guys using Windows.
Mr. David, please can you run through how we can go about it
Jmeter.bat,
again,
but
please?
it's same thing with that Windows batch file.
So you can't view bat file. So
Like it's three. There is jmeter.bat in one column. Then the next column says Windows batch file. You get so I
so
think if you
you are
click
launching Jmeter. Double click on jmeter.bat file.
no this jmeter batch file. I think if she clicks on it, it will work. Windows batch
See,
file.
yeah, but she's not having the bat file in ours.
Just a moment. Let me share my screen. Oh, is it? I'm sorry. Yeah. So this is the Jmeter.bat, but like I said, Windows batch file. So I think this will work for her. She creates a
Yes, so
batch
your
file.
Rimsha, your bat file is missing, probably because you have your Windows security turned on. So once your security Windows is turned on, it will, while unzipping the file, it will recognize this bat file as a virus and it's going to take it out. So I suggest you
Sure.
turn off your Windows security system and delete the downloaded Jmeter file and re-download again. And your Jmeter.
Sure. Sure. I will re-download it again.
All right. So make sure your Windows Defender security is off while doing that.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
So steps to create tests in Jmeter. So how to create our first test on Jmeter. So the first thing is to create a test plan and save it. Then second thing is to open command line and change it to directory.jmeter/bin, which you've done. Sorry guys, just 1 minute. And I15. Then hello. Execute this command jmeter and the location folder of the jmeter script. Then
Hello, David.
Yeah, I cannot see your screen.
so step 4, analyze the HTML dashboard report. Then okay, these are how to generate jmeter dashboard reports. Then also how to generate HTML dashboard report in Jmeter using command line. So we will run our first test, then we will learn how to generate our HTML dashboard reports. Then how to generate HTML reports from save log. And then we'll do authentication and authorization in Jmeter. And that will be all. So how to create our first test on Jmeter. So for those of us that are able to launch our Jmeter successfully, so this is what you should see on your screen. So this is what you should see on your screen. Then first thing you need to do, you need to right click on this test plan to create your thread user group. So please take note these steps I'm executing. The first thing you need to do is to create test plan on me thread users. So right click on the test plan. You will see add. Then click on the add arrow. You will see thread users. Then the next one you will see thread group. So the first thing you are doing is to create the thread group. So if you click on thread group, it will automatically create thread group here. So once you create the thread group, so let's assume we are doing performance testing, for quality certain websites. Okay, we want to test, if we have 100 users, on quality certain website, currently now with the with the web application crash, or will it still, function, under 100 users, on the website simultaneously, or if it will still work. So you can always, rename you can rename the thread group. Where is rename? Okay, let's just ignore that. So you can rename the test plan. Where is rename? Why am I not seeing rename? Sorry guys, please. Of users that will be running the test, on the application. So once you add thread group, this is what you see. You can name your thread group, the project you're working on. Let's say quality certain. So I've just named my thread group quality certain. So once I do that, it will automatically, update here. Yeah, I guess it will update later. You can see it's already updated here. So you can see it's changed to quality certain instead of thread group it was before. So you can give a comment, to your test if you want to, and then under here you have action to be taken after sampler error. If you, okay, well, what sampler does is that, okay, maybe if there's any error, once you add a sampler, so if there's any error, do you want the test to complete, or do you want to do you want the you want to start the next thread loop, or you want to trap the stop, or you want to set the test to stop, or stop the test now. So by default it's always on continue. So right under here, which is the thread properties, under the thread properties you have number of thread users. So number of thread users means okay, how many thread users we use do you want to test for. So let's let's try 50 users. So we have the ramp up period. So the ramp up period actually means, okay, ramp up period seconds means, okay, at every 1 seconds 50 users should be able to launch quality certain URL. So let's say, okay, after every 1 seconds 50 users should be able to launch, quality certain URL. So you can put 2 seconds, you can put 3 seconds, depending on the number of thread users you want to test for. So we have the loop count, that is a infinite. So the loop count, what it does majorly is that okay, how many times do you want your test to run as soon as you initiate the test. Maybe you want the test to run twice, or you want it to run 3 times, or you want it to run 4 times, and then we have the infinite. So if you click the infinite, that means your test will continue to run till Jesus come. So that is what this infinite work for. So but we don't have to run an infinite test, so you can just put okay, you just want the test to just run once. And then we have this uh, uh, we have same users on each iteration. We have delay thread creation until needed, specify the thread lifetime or whatever. So we don't really need much here. We can always leave it as the default setting. So what we've done first, we've created test plan, then we've created thread group for our project, and the next thing we need to do, we need to add HTTP sampler, to our test. So if you right click on your project here and you come to add, um, then you add a sampler. So basically we have different type of samplers. So we can all take time. We can all take our time, to study about all these samplers. So these are different samplers you can use on Jmeter. We have the flow control action. We have the HTTP request, and trust me, HTTP request is mostly used, when performing web performance tests. So you always use HTTP requests, to do performance testing on web application. So we have the debug sampler. We have the GR2, JSL223 sampler. We have AJP sampler. We have access log sampler. We have bin shell sampler. Um, so you can just, at your own free time, pick up any sampler and try it and see how it works, or just go to Google and Google how does JUnit request sampler work, or how does LDAP extended request work. You can just do that at your own free time. So majorly we use HTTP request sampler. So I'm just going to use HTTP request sampler, which we'll be using to work on our project. So what this HTTP request sampler just does is just that it helps you to set the URL you want to test. And remember, the first thing we did was to create a test plan, which we did. Then we created a thread group, which we did, and we are testing for 50 users, at a ramp up period of 1 second, and the loop count should be 1. Then so here I will just set our URL here, so which is the URL we want to test. So remember, we are testing quality certain web application. So let me come to quality certain for us to get the URL we are testing on. So let me go to quality certain website. So this is quality certain website. Remember, this is a web application we are testing. So this is quality certain website, which is the URL we are testing. And on this URL, we have several pages. So we have the home, we have the about us, we have the service, we have the industry, we have competency, and we have career, we have QA academy, and we have outsourcing. So let's imagine we want to test all these pages, on the web application. So I'm just going to pick 2 web pages, to test. So first thing I need to get out is I need to get the URL. So I just copy out the URL. So I've just copied out the URL. Then I need to come down here and paste the URL. So by default, you don't need to add this HTTP. You don't need to add HTTP HTTP link, to your test. It's already set here, automatically, for your test. So what you're expected to do is just copy this HTTP guy, copy this HTTP guy, and just paste in here. Then take it out from here, and we have our URL set already.
Can you please the URL on the top chart?
I didn't get that.
Please, can you drop the URL on the chart?
So it's dropped in the chat section. So let's assume we want to test about us. So we've gotten the base URL. So we want to test about us page. So I'm just going to click on about us. Okay, first, okay, let's do our first test is the home. So let's do our first test is the home. Let me go back to Jmeter. So our first test is the home. So you can just come down here and just add this slash button. So our first test is the home button. So this is the first page, which is the home. So let me add another test. So let me add another HTTP request. So come up here to your project, then come to Sampler and add another HTTP request. So this the first HTTP request. So you can actually rename the test home page. Let me rename this guy home page. So this is home page. Then the next HTTP request, let me name this guy about us. About us. So let's set for about us. So we have the URL, which is www. It's always advisable, you copy and paste. So let me go back and copy and paste. So let me copy and paste here. So let me get the endpoint. So remember, whichever page you are testing on, so the part here, it's always the endpoint, for you to add. And remember, you can also specify, if it's a post request or a get request. So because it's a get request which you are fetching from the website. So here you always add the part. So the base URL should be the server name up here, which you've done, qualitycertain.com. Then the part is about us. So let me get the endpoint for about us going to the website itself. So I will just, all what I just need to just do is just to click the about us button. Once I click the about us button, I can see this is the about us endpoint. So I just need to copy the endpoint, so which is about, and come back to Jmeter and paste in here. So let's further our test again. So let me add another HTTP request. So let me right click, add the sampler HTTP request. So let's test for this service page too as well. So if we click on service, okay, let's test for industries. Okay, so let me copy the endpoint, which is in /industries. So come here, paste in here, and get the base URL. Paste in the base URL here. Then here we can see we can update the industries. So you can see we are testing for 3 pages now for this web application, which is home page, about us, and HTTP. Add our thread group, which we've done. Then we add our HTTP request, and then the next thing to do now is to add our listener. So what listener does is just for you to just collate your report or generate your request. And we have several different type of listeners, like we have for the samplers. So let me add listeners to my test. So I will come to my project folder, right click on my project folder, come to add, then I'll come to listener. So we have different type of listeners. So they majorly use listeners are result tree, and also which other one, summary reports, and which other one, and also response time graph too as well. So all these are different type of listeners. So you can explore them. So I'm going to use three listeners here. I'm going to use view results in table, which I've just clicked, and let me add another listener. Um, view results in trees. Yeah, and let me add another listener. Um, let me add um, summary reports too as well. So I've added three listeners. So these listeners I've added now. If I should start running this test now, it will give me report of how all this test is being run. So what next I need to do right now is just to run our test. So we are testing for these three pages: home pages, home page, about us, and industry page. So we are testing this three page. So what you just need to do is just to click start. So if you come up here and click on this green button, it asks you, okay, well, should you save this test before running? Okay, so sorry, I forgot to mention. So before you run your test, always, oh shit, my bad. So let me stop this test. um I need to clear this report. So clear. Yeah. So you can just come here, click on save. So remember, when you are saving your projects, always click on the test plan, and click on the save button. And remember, your file will always be saved as a GMX file. So let me save this project on my desktop. So I will just come up here. Let me look for my desktop. Where's my desktop? Let me just save this on my Mac. Okay, this is my desktop here. So you can see I have some several tests already here. So the name the test quality setting .jms. So once I click save, so if I run this test, my test should be saved on the desktop as quality setting. So let me run through my test again. Let me take out this guy. We don't really need it here. So let me click on run test. So I just click on run test now, and our test is started running already for 50 users. So you can see our test is running already. Guys, can you see my screen? Can you see how the test is being running?
Yes, sir.
So if you look at my summary reports, so it captured that I'm load testing these three pages, which is home page, about us, industry. And you can see the label here in the summary report. So you can see the summary report. We have the label about us, home page, industry. and you can see the test is still running. So this homepage is done running. So it ran for 50 users already, and we have average of 23,024. And in 15 seconds, that is 15,000 milliseconds. I think that is how many is that? Okay, the we have the minimum and we have the maximum speed. We have the XTD dev. We have the error percentage. So this error percentage is 26.0, and error percentage for about us page we have 6.0, which looks fine. And then the error percentage for industry is 2%, and the throughput is 1.4 seconds, and throughput for about us is 34.0 minutes, and then so, throughput for industry is 34.4 milliseconds. So receive kilobytes, we have 71, we have 25, and we have 27. And sent kilobyte, we have 0.18 seconds, and we have the average kilobyte. So that is just our summary report, for our test. And if I'm to rate this test, so the total average percentage error is 11.3. So if I'm to say this is a pass test, because it is less than, oh sorry, it is this is a failed test. You have to rerun this test again. It should be less than 10%. So let's check view result in tree. So this is view result in tree, in result tree. So you can see at some point when we initiated the test, some of the tests failed. We can see home page failed. So once you see the your test being highlighted in red, it means those tests failed. So let's view results table. So you can see for each user one, for two, ran the test and was passed. So user 22 error while launching the page, and it goes on and on like that. So this is a result of your test, of your performance test, for the 3 page you just ran. So if I'm to view this result, in HTML file or dashboard file, for me, so if you are showing this, to stakeholders or someone that doesn't understand, they won't really grab, what the result is talking about. So for better understanding, for them to grab what your to understand the report, you generated. So you generate your report using HTML file, HTML, or generate your report in that. So let me go to the slide. So you can see how to generate your HTML that report on Jmeter, for better understanding. And remember, immediately we ran this test, our test is, you can see, where is the desktop? Let me see there. So our report should be on our desktop, for us to run. I'm trying to look for where my result, my test is being saved. Okay, you can see this is our report. This is our test here. Hello guys, can you see? So it's been saved in my
Yes.
desktop, in my Mac, system drive. So this is the report, from the test I ran. So for us to, if you click on this guy now, you won't understand what it's saying here. So for us to extract this report now, so I'm going to teach us how to generate reports, from dashboard, using HTML dashboard reports. So let's go back to our training slide. So we'll follow through from there. So as you can see our HTML dashboard report on Jmeter after your test is being run. So we've already created our test plan and we've saved it. So the next thing we need to do is to open command line and change our directory to jmeter/bin. So for those of us using for those of us using um for those of us using Mac, so what you just need to do is come on this folder here. For those of us using Mac, is to come on this folder here, on this file here, and right click on this file and open file. Okay, let me create what is it called? Let me create a folder and name it load test. So for those, I'm coming guys using Mac. So for those using Windows, like what I explained to Rimsha when she was having difficulty not saying jmeter.bat. So go to the bin folder, then on the directory part, right click on it and type cmd. So your cmd will run right from bin, which is what is stated here. So go to your bin folder and type on the screen. So for those of us using Windows, you have to type in this command jmeter-n, then your jmeter test file, location.
Please excuse sir. I've been able to write the test, but I cannot save it. I don't know why it's not saving.
You cannot do what?
I cannot save the test plan.
Have you run the test?
Yeah, I'm unable to run it. It's telling me I have to save it first. and I've been trying to save it
So
since. Been unable to do that.
for you to save, click on this button, come up here, come to file, then save test plan as. So once you click save test plan as, then you can name it whatever you want to name your projects and save it in the folder where you know you can take it from.
Okay, so I've been trying that since, but it's still not coming up for me to save it.
Come to file, then click save test plan as. It will show you this dialog box for you to save your test. Then save it anywhere you want to save your test. Rename your test plan. Remember, you always save it by default. It should be saved with .jms. So you are taking out the initial name and give it the name you want to save your test file with .jmx, and save it inside the location you want to save your test. That's all.
Okay, sir.
So for our load test to run now, for us to generate our HTML dashboard report. So what we need to do, so after running command line from your bin folder, so you come to your desktop and open a new folder. I can name the folder load test results. So it's just a folder, you know, where you get your result from. So inside the load test folder, you create another subfolder inside. You just right click and add another folder, and you can name the folder HTML report. So I've just create another folder inside the load test folder I created. So this is where our HTML dashboard report will be generated into while we run our test. So so let's get our testing now. So
Sorry, can you come
for those
again,
of
sir?
us,
I didn't get this part. The last part to explain is not clear. Please.
whenever you save your tests, for you to have a better understanding, after running your test on Jmeter, once you run your test, your result, because you saved the file in GMS, which is what you can see on my screen. Where's my test results? Quality setting. Okay, it's inside the desktop folder. So make sure your test is saved .gms. So this is the text I ran earlier, and this is my test results. So I want to drag my results to my desktop so I can easily access it. So I'll just drag my test to my desktop. So after then, open a folder, name the folder load test results, and inside the folder, open another subfolder inside and name the folder HTML reports. So once that is done, then go to your command line or go to your command prompt or terminal where you have your bin bash, your bin, when you running your bin from terminal. So once you are there, can that person mute their mic? So once you are there, what's in Windows, Please, can that person mute the mic? So for those of us using those, copy out this command. So I'm copying out this command to paste it section. So for those of us using Windows, this is the line, the script inside your terminal. So what this does is that, let me explain this. So Jmeter -n-t, then Jmeter test file location is so if you go to your test run just on Jmeter, if you copy out the location, you paste in the location file here, then -l, which is a test log file -e -o HTML dashboard report location. So here, which is your test log file, is where you paste your test log file. Then -c -o is the location dashboard report where you want to save your dashboard report. So I will execute this for us so we have better understanding of what I'm trying to say. Let me run this on my terminal.
David, your screen is not moving anymore.
Can everyone view my screen?
Yes.
Manuel, refresh your browser.
Yes, you can view.
So let me run this command in shjmeter -t. So come to the command line. So this is the batch file. Paste in the guy. So -n shjmeter. So for those of us using Mac, we are meant to run shjmeter -n-t, then jmeter test file location. So this is my jmeter test file location, which is the one which I've already dragged on my screen. So for me to get my jmeter test file location folder, I can just right click on the test file folder and get info for me to access the test file location. So let me click on this guy, name and extension. So okay, don't let me give myself a headache. Let me just drag it in here. So let me just drag it in there. Oh, sorry. Let me put it inside this guy. So as seen on the screen, so test file location is load test. Then let me just drag. So I'll just drag the text file here, which is this. Then so do you understand what I've just done here? So I've already inside the load test file I created. Inside the load test result folder I created. So after running shjmeter -n-t, so I drag this folder inside terminal. Hello? Hello? I'll call the folder in here. You can see this folder, the folder specify the file directory, which is user mark desktop test, then slash the my gmx test file I drag in there. Then the next line, the next command is -l, -l. Then the test log file, so which is still the quality certain.gmx file. So I'll just drag this file in here, -l. Sorry, I didn't drag. 1 second, I didn't drag the location folder. Okay, let me just drag the location folder. So drag location folder. Yeah. So the next one is -e-o, then dashboard report location. So -e space -o. Then I'm just gonna drag this guy in here, which is the HTML dashboard reports. Yeah. Yeah, I think everything looks good now. So what's so let me explain what this -e-o means. So -e means to create HTML dashboard reports. HTML dashboard report will be created in this file folder. Then -o means location to create the HTML dashboard reports. So the next thing I need to do is just to click on enter, then our report will be generated. So I have an error which says cannot write user. Okay, so let me correct that. So let me rerun the test again. Fine. I'm throwing up error here. So let's do this again. Um, of so sh-n-t. So let me go to my finder. Go to finder. Uh, desktop. Okay. So that is done. So -l, which is the test log file. Test log file. Then -d -o dashboard report location. So I see the reason why whenever you're saving your folder, please always save everything together. I see the reason why I'm having issues is because I didn't put this load test results together. Yeah. So I'm just gonna drag this folder in here. Yeah, that's done. So let me run this command again. Duplicate option for reports not found. Okay, yeah. So I mentioned this guy twice. Okay. So I mentioned the E twice. -E, -o. Meant to be -e, -o, -o. So let's run again. So our test is running already. So it's trying to generate our dashboard report. You can see it's still running. Can everyone view my screen?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So the test is still running. So it takes time because we are running for 50 users. So whenever you are performing Jmeter performance, whenever you are doing testing, so sometimes it depends on your system configuration. Maybe if you are running like a 500 user, 1,000 users, sometimes some system crashes because their configuration cannot power, the test you are trying to run. So it's advisable you use 8 gig RAM system or 16 gig RAM system, and you have like 1 terabyte space or maybe 500 gig space. So like my system now is 8 gig RAM, and it's 500 gig. So if I want to run a 1,000 users, my system can run 1,000 users, and your system speed too matters. Like if your system is 3.5 or 3.0, trust me to run any test, performance test you want to run. So you can see our test is running, and if you go back to the folder you created, which is the load test